So there's a tip that might surprise you when it comes to choosing what sort of glass you should be drinking from. Maybe you're having an alcoholic drink, maybe you're drinking water. There's a certain choice that you should be made which is very different for these two types of drinks. And this is an example of choice architecture. And it's basically where we look at the environment around us, we look at how we modify this environment to make it as easy as possible to stick with new healthy habits in our nutrition, in our exercise, in our lifestyle in general. And this example of choice architecture that I'll tell you about in a moment is something that we employ a lot with our range of motion and nutrition coaching clients, where we work one-on-one with people to help them to create habits, but then more importantly, create an environment which is conducive, that makes it really easy to put these habits on autopilot. So here is how you should choose what sort of glass you should be using to drink out of. All the research has shown us that we measure, the human mind measures how much liquid, how much fluid is in a glass, not based on how big that glass is, but on how deep that liquid is in the glass. So we perceive a glass that is thin and tall to contain a lot more liquid than a glass which is shorter and fatter. Even though the volume is exactly the same, we perceive that tall glass as having more in it. So how can we use this to our advantage? Well, look at something that you want to drink more of. Maybe you want to drink more water to increase your hydration levels. The best way to do this is to drink your water out of a glass which is shorter and fatter, because we're perceiving that we're not drinking as much. Therefore, there's more chance that we are going to drink more water from that glass. We're going to drink more glasses of water. Alcohol, on the other hand, you want to be choosing to drink your alcohol out of a glass which is much narrower and much taller. Again, we feel like we've drunk a lot more alcohol, and there's even research that goes as far as to suggest that we feel more drunk, we feel more intoxicated, because we have this perception that we have drunk more from this taller glass. If you're trying to drink more of something, like water, drink it from a short, fat glass. If you're trying to drink less of something, like alcohol, drink it from a tall but narrow glass. This is just one of countless examples where we can engineer the world around us, where we can be choice architects to make it really easy to eat better, to drink better, to change our lifestyle in healthy and positive ways. And again, an example of many different options that we can look at. This is a strategy that's really important, because in the end, when it comes down to it, consistently making those decisions to eat better, to exercise more, can be exhausting. It takes a lot of our willpower. It takes a lot of our mental energy. We have to consistently make these decisions, and it gets hard. You get this form of decision fatigue. At the end of the day, you've had a long day at work. It's easier just to order something on Uber Eats than it is to make good, smart decisions. We don't have to make the smart decisions if we can engineer their environment around us. And choosing the type of glass you're drinking from is one great example of this choice architecture of engineering your environment to make healthy habits easy. To learn more about Range of Motion nutrition coaching, check out rangeofmotion.net.au/nutrition.